Podcast with Masingita. Masingita yayina. Podcast with Masingita. Thank you, my friend. Welcome to another episode right here on Podcast with Masingita. And this is hashtag Talk with Masingita. And my friend, firstly, thank you so much for your support. Wow. We are killing it. The subscribers, we are currently on 360 plus, and it's all because of you and the love that you show, the love that you give, and the love that you're spreading. Guys, thank you so much. And remember, don't forget to subscribe again and share the content and like the content. And perfect to the moment we've been waiting for. Today I'm going to talk to the lady that is very powerful, a spiritual gifted lady, a lady who makes things happen, who interacts with all ages, people. It doesn't matter whether umncane or mdala, but as long as spiritually you are associated with her and spiritually you are fit enough to handle her, then you can speak to her. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Mookho Mhlayivana, aka the rich Auntie Mo. And to those who don't understand why the rich Auntie Mo, I think let's start there.
Right.
All right. Finally, yes. We are doing this.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me. It is an honor and a privilege to be here. I've been waiting for this moment.
Yes, yeah, I've been waiting. It's been crazy. It's been busy, but I mean, I was also looking at your schedule.
Yeah.
And the good things that you're doing for the community, and hence this interview today, so that then we can talk and engage more, and people to try and understand exactly what is it that you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Speaking about that, yes, when I was growing up, of late, just maybe before 2 years from now, my mom used to say, so I mean, the question of what do, I also sometimes forget what do I do, because I do so much. So it is something that needs clarity even for my family half the time.
No, but that's good. I think where we can start, I know the usual question, who's Mookho?
Of course.
But I think let's switch it around.
Okay.
The rich and more. Yes. I know the answer why the rich and more, but I think it's also good if it comes from you.
Yes.
The rich and more. Are you a millionaire? Are you a billionaire? Or take us through that.
The rich Aunt Mo is a name that I was given to by a very good friend of mine.
Okay.
And he gave me that name because all the kids love me and they're always asking me for money.
Okay.
Auntie Mo, Auntie Mo, 32 rand, So I wanted to call myself Aunt Mo. Okay. And then he said to me, why don't you call yourself the rich Aunt Mo?
Wow.
Because you know.
Wow.
It started as a concept of money, but then I actually realized that I am actually quite rich, and it has nothing to do with money. Of course, I do have money, but it's not just about the money. It is about spiritual richness as well, emotional richness, influence. It goes about all areas of my life. It encompasses even rich. It's not materialistic. They're full, so of course I'm full.
Yes, you are.
But I'm also full here, and I'm also full here, so it's not just about the money in the bank. It's about the gifts. It's about my heart for people. It's about my mind, and being rich is also about how you just keep taking in as well, feeding your soul, feeding your mind, so that you can be able to give.
Sure.
So that's where the rich Aunt Mo's name or the concept came from. Yeah.
Wow, I love that. Wow, I think we deserve some money for that. Because to be honest with you, we all get it twisted most of the time, where we define richness with material.
Yeah.
We define richness with the bank account.
Yes.
The amount that is there, but you just define the richness in different formats. In a sense that even if someone out there who's watching this, they've given up in life, But what you're saying to them is that no, it's not about the material things, but it's about what you have inside, and it's about what is it that you can offer to people.
Exactly.
I mean, to the kids out there, Randy. People might say Randy, 1 rand is just a small amount, but to the kids it put a smile on their face.
Yeah.
Who's Mookho?
Mookho, you know, it's so funny. I ask people, who are you, all the time, and then now you're asking me, I'm like, why didn't you give me the script for who are you? Because who are you is actually not as simple as we make it out to be, you know, because usually, who are you, we describe ourselves with what we do. Right? We define ourselves with what we do. Mookho is she does. But the true definition of who we are is usually lost somewhere in who we want people to know us as opposed to who we truly are. I think who I am in simple terms is a vessel. I really like to call myself a vessel, you know, for the universe, for God to give through me whatever it is. I'm just a vessel.
Sure.
So, which comes together with what I do. Who I am comes together with what I do. You know, the definition of everything that defines me comes and boils down to the fact that I'm a vessel of many things. At any given moment, I'm just there, empty, waiting to receive so that I can give. But Mookho, Orange Farm.
Shout out to Orange Farm. Yeah, man.
Yes.
Orange Farm to the world, man.
Very proud Orange Farm girl. I was born in Soweto, raised in Orange Farm by the most amazing parents in the world. Shout out to my parents. Thank her for raising me. I'm a sibling, and I grew up as a missionary.
Okay.
So I've traveled the world through missions.
Wow.
Yes. Do you know what missionaries are?
Yeah, I mean, it's those guys, if my memory serves me well, those guys that come from overseas, then they come here and then they serve. I don't know if that makes sense. And then obviously at some point you guys can also go to the other countries and do the very same thing.
Yes, so in a religious way. So I grew up, I grew up in a very religious. Yes, I grew up in a very religious family. I actually am 4th generation priest.
Wow. Wow.
It could date back way, but it's 4th generation. So I grew up in a very religious family, still is very religious, and so I grew up going like the Jehovah's Witnesses, you know, those people. I would go on mission trips. That was who I was. I was a very chilled child, but I was also very aggressive about helping people even as a child, you know. So you know, my dad used to say, well, you're not mine, you I was just here to bring you to earth, you everywhere, and never home. So I was born a social entrepreneur and a missionary and a minister. I mean, on radio, I'm still
I know, it's a powerful show every Sundays.
Yeah, so Mookho is just a vessel, really. Mookho Mhlayivana, Orange Farm. What's always confused people is that the people that you expect me to be with, you'll not find me with. I'm with everybody. You know, I'm not a classist. I don't know why. I can never really.
What, do you get bored easily, or what happens, or do you wanna, as you've explained in the beginning, you just wanna spread and do what you wanna do? Why? Because what we've just said now, I've seen you with different people. Yeah. With myself included, you're part of this show today. Yeah. And you're working with different people. I mean, from guys out there, from ladies out there, from young, from kids, from old. Because I watched your recent videos where you were talking to grown-up, ladies. Yeah. I was like, okay, she was busy with kids, but what's up then?
Like I said, by virtue of being a vessel, I have this, as a spiritual person, I have this thing that I have so much to give. And at any given moment, I need to just empty myself, receive and give. And I cannot choose who to give to, right? Because it's only as much as I'm given that I'm able to give. And that depends. I can be a Zioni, I can be apostolic, I can be at ZCC. If I need to give my brother, I go anywhere where I'm sent. And funny enough, I really believe with Nomsebenzi is my ministry. It's part of my calling. So I love the things that I do, and I love the person that I am, because I understand ultimately that all I am is a vessel. Wow. So at any given moment, even the relationships, the friendships, everything, to my friends, to my family, and my partner was asking, why do you work everywhere? Because I was telling him something about home, and he was like, that sounds like work. And I'm like, no, it's me. You do that to your family, it sounds like, so yeah, I mean, that's who I am, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I can't help but to be myself everywhere. I think your question was, who am I? That sums it up. Just a vessel, ready to be used and serve in any way possible.
No, wow, I'm impressed, and being a vessel, rather, it takes a lot from you.
It does,
because I mean, I can imagine giving, and my question will be like, when are you receiving? And at mostly, people like yourself, in most of the time they don't receive. But we'll talk about that. But it's just that I've noticed that, and you find people even crying because they can only, give, and then what do they get in return? But I think that goes to my next question in terms of.
Let me answer that first before you get to that next
question. Do you want us to?
I love that question.
Yeah, because it's a question, but I wanted to ask it in a different manner, but you can answer. Okay, but you get what I'm asking.
I do.
Because
it's perfect.
you guys always give. Yeah. And it's so hurtful because at the end of the day, in yourself, sometimes it's not easy to even to get something.
Yeah. You know what, Masingita, let me be very honest with you. Like I said, I'm a vessel. My expectation is not from you who I give. I don't expect anything from you. And I'm being honest, and I'm not trying to sound fancy or anything. Honestly, I don't give with the expectation of receiving from the same person. As a Christian, I believe, Guti, if I lend to you, God will repay me. Because He's the one who gave me to begin with.
Exactly.
Right? The gifts that I have don't come from you. Therefore, I have no expectation of you. And human beings are flawed anyways. So you have to go into all your human relations just knowing which people will fuck you over, screw you up. Exactly. You know what I mean? But really, in all honesty, I really do believe, even as a giver, I don't expect from the very same vessel that I'm giving.
Well, okay.
Right? My expectation is not from niga. Because for me to receive it in the first place, I wasn't told that I'm going to receive anything. I was told to give. My mandate was given to give. And I know that I'll be refueled. And refueling yami does not take place in the very same context where I gave. My refueling comes from He who gives me. To begin with.
Amen.
Amen. For me, it starts and ends there. When this works, my relationship with Spirit works, every other human being, it's free flowing. Even if you screw me over, even next week, I'll still give you because I was given to give to you to begin with, And I'm told all the time how stupid I am and how naive I am. People are so cruel. Oh, of course people are cruel. It's life. It's how things are meant to be. But if you hurt me or if I give to you and you don't give me back, I go back to the one who said I must give you to begin with, to say, and by the way, they took from me, so please replace what they took.
Wow. That is profound.
That's how it works for me.
You do a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
And I think one of the some of the stuff that you've done, what attracted me, it's the Lwana Ngwaneso. And I've seen the passion. I know there's other stuff that we're going to talk about, but Lwana Ngwaneso, because I think that's what also attracted me to you, not in that way, but in a way that I invited you to the interview.
Yeah.
Because I know we also spoke about it when I was still working for Timeline as well.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Lwana Ngwaneso, man, because I think that is very powerful, especially for a girl child out there. And I think not only to a girl child, but Lwana Ngwaneso ki Ngwaneso, whether it's a boy or girl, it's a Ngwaneso. But can you maybe take us through to
why didn't you remind me to bring merch? Okay, so the concept of Lwana Ngwaneso is my firstborn. It's my first baby.
No, I started with the firstborn.
Yes,
wow.
You did. You started with my firstborn that was birthed from pain. A lot of what I've created is actually birthed from pain. For me, a lot of my gifts have come from pain, because I'm just like, if I'm going to get hurt, I might as well make money from this hurt. But not only that, but also influence and impact in a positive way as well. So Lwana Ngwaneso stemmed from when a really good friend of mine committed suicide 2019.
Okay.
That's the year before COVID, né?
Yeah.
2019, a very close friend of mine who we've been friends for over 15 years committed suicide. And and it was the first time I had somebody who was close to me, die as a young person. And I became depressed myself. What triggered my own depression so much that I didn't bath for like 3 or 4 days. I bathed now. I mean, I'm fine.
No, you smell good.
No, so it was birthed from that. I was sleeping one day, and a friend. I'm very open about my feelings. If you follow me on social media, you see what I don't only speak about positivity. This false notion of we are happy. Joy comes in the morning every day. I speak when I'm sad. So I was speaking to a friend, and she said, how are you doing? And I said, no, I'm not okay. And she said, what's wrong? And I said, and I hadn't cooked for like 3 days. I hadn't eaten. I hadn't bathed. I was sitting in bed for 3 days. And she said to me, Lwana Mookho. By the way, her name is Masingita, just in case you want to know who the friend is.
Okay.
Masingita. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Masingita said to me, Lwana Mookho. And I don't know what about those words. It's as if she like blew life right back to me as she uttered those words. And I think that's why I love words so much. That's why I speak so much. Because I think I felt the weight of those words when she said Lwana Mookho, and she said my name. It's as if she said live Mookho. Here's a fighting tool. She didn't give me any tools. She just uttered the words Lwana Mookho.
Wow.
And instantly, true story, I woke up, got out of bed, and I bathed.
First thing you bath.
Of course, you have to bath first. I mean, 3 days in the house, chief, you have to bath. So I got out of bed and I bathed, and I cooked. And I ate a meal. 3 o'clock in the morning, I took my laptop and I started writing.
Wow.
And I started living again, finding a reason to live. So the concept of Lwana Ngwaneso was created in that time to create merchandise that can constantly remind people to fight. If you buy a cup from us, it's got a message there, and then it's got the Lwana Ngwaneso logo. As you're drinking coffee and you're having a bad day and you're looking at this thing, then you remember that you need to fight for the things that are worth fighting for, whether it be your family, whether it be your relationship, whether it be your children, whatever it is, your job, your career. Because hey man, how many times have you came across life telling you to quit? Right? And that's what had happened with my friend. Life told him to quit and he did. And we all have that struggle. I had that struggle from his experience to say, and then like he chose the right way. This is what we should all probably do. Because what the heck are we doing on earth? Right? So if you buy our merchandise, unali skip or unali caps or unali cup, that constantly reminds you in a fashionable way to fight. And when you see someone wearing it, you want to have a conversation to say, King, because it's big, we make it nice and big. It's not cute. It's cute. It's there for you to ask a question and say, what does it mean? And then it helps you help another person. Exactly. So the idea really is to say, let's have merchandise that speaks to your soul, that speaks to your mind, to heal and to fight.
And look, that's why, to my point exactly when you started, I don't script the interviews, and if only I told you in time to say, maybe you would have brought.
I would have. I would.
But the story, it's so sad but at the same time, it's very powerful. Because like you said, again, we go through a lot.
Yeah.
We go through a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things that are happening, from family, career, relationships, everything. I'm sorry. But then when you say Lwana Ngwaneso, and I love the fact that you're not only saying to a girl.
No.
You understand? Ngwaneso, ki Ngwaneso, boy, girl, ki Ngwaneso. Because I think the biggest problem that I've experienced is that most of the time we focus on the girl child. And forgetting that the boy child also suffers a lot.
Of course.
And now when you say Lwana Ngwaneso, not to say only to the girl, but to the guy when you will be out there. You understand? You say no Lwana. You need to fight this addiction. You understand? Because at the end of the day, if you don't fight it, then you'll end up
giving up.
You understand?
Yeah.
Sure. And the life coaching, where it all started, when did you start at that? Because I'm trying to merge the two, which goes hand in hand with your firstborn and life coaching. And I've seen the stuff that you've done when through your page, that you've been talking to people and we've been engaging, and that will also lead me to the next question of the organization that you're busy with. But take me through to your life coaching. When did it all start? Because coaching life, it's very difficult.
So this is probably one of my favorite stories because I knew that I'd be a life coach by age 13.
Wow. You need some hope.
But here's the funny thing about the life coaching thing.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd need to go through life. Right? I thought I'd just go to school, study psychology or whatever it is that you need to do. And then really be good at, because I can speak really well. I just have to speak and you should be fine. I didn't know what life would have to experience it. Because part of life is the yin yang. It's the good and the bad.
Exactly.
I only became a life coach after I had gone through life. But I knew at the age of 13 that this is what I was supposed to do. So I've always lived a purpose-driven life. This is what I call it. I knew what I would do. Kind of had an idea already by the age of 12. My path was already, looking the way it is right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but the life coaching thing, I'm fun. I look at life, first, because I really believe you become more effective through experience as opposed to just what you say.
Exactly.
So the life coaching thing stemmed from experiencing life, but I knew about it even as a teenager that this would be my path. As a religious person, you kind of have an idea of what you want to do because your family is probably seeing what are you good at and whatever. I mean, I grew up in a church where you were given an opportunity to express your gifts continuously, and so the whole speaking thing was already sharpened, but the whole life experience led me to then the life coaching thing. And so I then studied so many things, my goodness. But finally I did a life coaching certification in 2020 after a very heartbreaking life situation. But I had been practicing even before I had studied, so I'd already been in the field, but finally professionally I got into the profession in 2020. I did a full life coaching and NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. It's a technique of coaching. So that's how I got into it, and then I started my company. I started my company Project 180, which is my second baby. So it was Lwana Ngwaneso, then it was Project 180, basically meaning you're a project and you need to do a 180-degree turn. Right? As opposed to going back 360 and going back to the very point you don't want to be in. So E180 says, I was here, I don't want this life anymore. I'm taking a turn and I'm not coming back to this point anymore.
Wow.
So that's what Project 180 has been. Project 180 has changed face so many times since it started. Eventually, right now, our main focus is teenagers.
Yeah, I've seen you guys with the camping.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, business is not for the faint-hearted. You will change until you really find yourself in what you're comfortable with. So after many years of, just really trying to figure out who we are and what we stand for, we discovered ukuthi igotshi sencane semanzi.
Exactly,
Semanzi, that's the term. Yeah. So the people that we really want to impact and influence, because the most influential years of our lives have been our teen years, where we kind of determine who we want to be.
Exactly.
Right. So we want to go. I want to say fresh and say determine your life course now. Because Nina, like it's my so decided for doom. I'm never going to change. This is how I am. So we're like, Nina, I won't exactly.
I love that, because if on what you're saying, I think my path as well, it started at my teenage level.
Right.
Because I started even to travel overseas when I was in grade 11, where I was representing South Africa for an international youth conference.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Under Pop Crew.
You deserve that. Yes, you do.
So what I'm trying to say is that what you're doing is very good.
Yeah.
It's just that I know most of, I'm sorry to say this, but black parents, they don't invest into their kids.
Yeah.
You understand? And which is, I think, somehow it becomes a challenge. So, but I just want to find out, having spoken about that, the Project 180, how's the approach in making sure that these kids, they do attend this type of engagements or sessions where you take them to camp, where you teach them about life skills and stuff? What is your approach and what is your strategy?
Building relationships usually works magic. What we've then done is we've infiltrated their lives, you know, and even their parents. We go into the schools, we go and we speak to the parents.
Okay, schools,
you create the market. You need to show them that there are flaws. School alone is not enough. Now we are working alone is not enough. Personal development is a huge part of what you need as a human being.
Yeah.
You know, to balance off your life. Uzazi wako. I-identity. Ukuthi ungabi ne-excuse ye-peer pressure. Ngoba kwabantu abadala bane-peer pressure. Let's act like, let's not pretend like we don't know. Ukuthi kwathina nje sabantu abadala.
Yasishaya.
Uthenga ibhodlela ngoba ubantu banothenga ibhodlela. You know what I mean? And you speak to the parents to see ukuthi if you continue not investing into your child's life, they're going to end up like you, and you know miserable.
Wow.
You and your bodega self. You know, and that's the reality. And I think that's how we've managed to do it. What we've then done is got into the schools so that they can see what we're doing and the effect of it and how it helps them, so that they can speak to their parents. And then if their parents agree, we speak to their parents to say, hi, listen, this is who we are, this is what we do. We reach down to the issues that the parents know, because most of the problems that the kids have stem from home, right? So we can't just speak to the child without speaking to the parents. Exactly. So the parents buy in because they know it's
the full protocol.
And also we've flopped, and maybe this child can help. Because this child is in trouble. We are even in danger. So yeah, we reach in reality, and it's nice because sisebenza like us. The struggles that we know. As khuluma into sifundile, sikhuluma ngento sikhule phakathi kwayo, into siyibona every day, into experience. Siyayibona nani, siyayiphila nathi, we know, you know. So yeah, that's basically how we do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't know you're spanner, yo.
Yeah.
Yes, I like how you're pushing. I mean, your hustles, they integrate to one another.
Yes.
You are doing these things that ibamba impilo zabantu.
Yeah.
And you're also selling houses. And I mean, a house is a very, important aspect in someone's life.
Yeah.
Why houses? Why did you sell cars, man?
Yeah. I'm selling cars now also.
Oh, no! But it all started in house and then selling houses. I'm an estate agent. I am a real estate agent, and how that came about, my goodness, I didn't plan on going into real estate. Okay, that's not what happened. I had no. Look, this is what happened. An organization that I know called me and said, "Hey, here's an opportunity. You can go brand yourself on television and."
maybe perhaps you'll get it, maybe you'll go. I'm like, I don't want a job. I've got a business to run. They're like, no, just go. And I was like, okay, fine. And then I went, right? And then I got the job on national TV.
And I saw that.
Yeah, then I found myself on SABC1 shooting this thing called The Chair. Wow. And then boom, they say you.
Yeah, I've got a celebrity auntie here. Yeah.
Me, I didn't want it. I didn't even know anything about real estate. I mean, we've been in real estate with my family forever, but like we had properties and rentals, whatever. But it wasn't something that I thought I'd go into, like for real. You know what I mean? Because I was just concentrating on my personal development, motivations, the things that I'm passionate about. And then God was like, hey. Here's an opportunity. And I was like, no. You know what? If you actually check that thing out, we had to do a retake of the last scene because I was so shocked. I stood when they announced my name. They're like, oh, and the opportunity goes to Mookho Mhlayivana. And I looked at them like this on national TV. Like, what? I didn't come here to win. I came here because they said, just go, you brand yourself, put yourself out there. Then I got it, and then they said, it's yours. And I'm like, okay. They're like, okay, we have to retake. And then I was like,
Wow. No, but congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. You've done very well, and we're proud of you, man. Proud of you.
Yeah, but can I also just say something, Masingita? This journey has also been a little sad because I realized how black people cannot afford to buy houses, especially people that think they're in middle class. We're really just poor. There's a lot of young people that are in debt, myself included.
Yeah,
I cannot afford a house. I'm the rich aunt more, but the truth is a whole lot of us cannot even afford these houses. Working class. I need to back to senior equality. Senior equality. I need when we start working, we get the credit cards, we get the cars, and we buy the clothes, we swipe, and then we create bad credit, and then boom, when it's time to settle down and buy a house, a lot of my offers bumper, to be honest. Have houses on stock, but the people that come to buy, because in saying gonna like us most of the time, I really don't want to go to. I could. I mean, my company is in Midra and most people are selling the big, nice, Lani houses.
But your target is here.
My target is here because I know it's easy for me to say, I'm also had extension 1, I have houses for extension 1 and people cannot afford them. It's really sad. So I don't know.
So you've touched a very important aspect. And I think I'm linking that now with Project 180.
Right.
And what have you done as far as financial literacy is concerned to ensure that you kill this disease, because like you said, meaning that we need to start from the grassroots because it's so embarrassing. You find us driving those big patches, we're driving those Audis, BMs, but we don't have places to stay. We stay at our parents' place and whatsoever, which is embarrassing. We are Bamba, there's no place to stay, but you get what I'm saying? At our age, it's not a nice thing. But what are we doing to make sure that these kids, when they start tertiary level, when they leave school, when they go to tertiary, they don't get trapped to your jet store accounts. I'm sorry to mention the name, but I know very well that that's where we all started. I personally started with that account, and it also killed my financial reputation. But what is it that we're doing now? What can we do to those kids?
Sure. I started with an F&B credit card. Your first 10,000 a month, they are writing you an email, come with a credit card. Bad things, I tell you. Anyways, look, so there's Kulmadota Kunamfazi, which is an organization that I...
No, man. Why are you jumping the cards?
No, so I just wanted...
Alright.
I just wanted to say we also went into the schools and we did financial literacy with them. So we would do personal development and financial literacy because we also understood Uti. That was a very fundamental part of helping the black child to rise. Because your parents are already in debt. Bad debt. Debt is not bad, but there is what we call bad debt. You know, you can create good credit, but a lot of us are in bad credit. So we're doing that in schools as well, where we're having conversations with young people to say, hey, listen, what do you want to do? Start now. If you want to start business, start now. How can we help you? Who do we need to connect you with right now so that you can start accumulating, start saving? We're telling parents, get educational don'ts for your kids, you know. So we're having conversations, really, isn't just need conversation. And I think a lot of the problems that we're in is because we weren't exposed. There wasn't enough conversation because our parents themselves didn't know. You know, and kwamanje nje nani nabazali they went again hakon ansakwazi ukukhuluma nabantwana. So we come in and we say, hey, listen, do you see how things are in the world? This is how it is. You speak about multiple streams of income all the time. So we teach the kids right now, you can't expect to just earn at the end of the month. You're going to be poor, especially in South Africa. That's a reality. That's the reality.
You can't be having one source of income. You can't be working for one company.
You can't. Exactly, you know, I mean, we see it all the time in America, in the movies. People are working 3-4 jobs a day. A day. You know, they're working themselves to the pulp. So those are the conversations that we have with young people to say, life is nice, okay? You're going to enjoy the clothes. You're going to enjoy the girls. You're going to enjoy the cars. But you need sustainability. So use what you have right now to be able to build towards who you want to be then. You know, so it's financial literacy goes together with personal development.
Exactly,
Zambelana. So you really can't have one without the other because personal development encompasses everything, including the finances, which we all struggle with.
Exactly.
You know, so we definitely do have the conversation with the young people. Manj. As I say, high school.
Okay. I think you've paved the way for my next question about Kulumandota Kulumamfazi.
Yes.
Which have been part of the engagements.
Yes.
Which are very interesting. And to you guys out there, please, you need to go to those sessions. Tell us about that Kulumandota Kulumamfazi, where it all started. I know you work with certain people there. And I think Bongos is also part of it.
Yes.
Yeah, so just why Kulumandota Kulumamfazi?
Well, Bungosi is the founder of Kulumandota Kulumamfazi, and then he brought me.
Nice one.
He brought me in first as a public relation practitioner. Okay. So all I was supposed to do was to be the social media girl. I was supposed to post, take videos, pictures, and before you know it, I was co-founder, which was really cool. It worked out perfectly for me because it really also helped shape my my thoughts and ways as a life coach as well. So it's played a huge role in my career. Thank you, Mr. Otti, for the assistance.
My number one friend.
Yes. And so Kulumandota Kulumamfazi also addresses these issues. So everything that I do is really linked, but now we pound more on the parents. We meet at these groove places. We groovists.
Yeah.
We meet at these groove places. People are allowed to bring their alcohol, they're allowed to buy food, and we have serious conversations, whether it be co-parenting, depression, rape. Hey man, we've seen people just confess to the weirdest things in our presence. You're just there. It's a group of 50, 20, 12. It depends really. And we've really seen the move of God even in our movement, to be honest, because the people that are supposed to be there for a specific topic are there. And we've never chased numbers. Even if it's 4 people, we have a session.
I know, we've done that.
Even if they say it's raining and we plan a run, we are going for that run. Raining or no rain. 5 people, 20 people, 50 people, whether the room is full or it's empty. If it's meant to happen, it will happen. If it's dark, we will put candles. You hear people saying, I say postpone.
Exactly.
We planned for this session, prayed for this session. It's a really big part of what we believe to be our ministry. I call him my partner in purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because we serve, this is our ministry, we serve God together in regards to Kulumandota Kulumamfazi, you know, and many people's lives have changed from Kulumandota Kulumamfazi because of the topics that are addressed, and we also have psychologists on board. So we have different people at Kulumandota, professionals in the space, but we also really concentrate on real life stories because we believe that it's in me and you having a conversation that I can find healing, right? Before we get to the professionals. Oh, angikho one. Sibaningi kanti. You know, we've had men say, hey, I'm abusive. We've had girls say, hey, my father raped me. And also the same say, Pella, because there I am with the camera and I'm like, ooh, I didn't expect that, you know. But by the time we leave there, so many people are healed. Whether you're watching online or you're there physically, you know, you're not going to come to a Kulmandota session and go back the same way.
Exactly.
It begs for you to think about your decisions, how you get into relationships, who you get into relationships, who you are as a person, right? How you handle your finances and how you want to be handled. You know, all of these things, how you handle your mental health, who your friends are. We talk about everything. We talk about your parents' circle of influence. To say, is it healthy to go home? Because, wow, honey, your family is toxic, you know. And we don't tell you. You end up telling us your story. And people start realizing what their problems are. Because sometimes inkinga yakho awuyazi until uzikhulume ngomlomo wakho and confess it ukuthi yo actually the reason why I'm arrogant it's because ngikhulele emndenini nabantu aba-arrogant, or the reason why I'm rude it's because no one's been nice to me. So ikhuluma ndoda ekhuluma umfazi is a really big part of my journey as well, and I absolutely love it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we're running for 3 years now.
Wow. Congrats, guys. Congrats. So, the presenting part, I know you've got a show each and every Sunday.
Yeah.
And well done on that.
Thank you.
You've been consistent on your show, and you've been bringing different people, different guests, and it's so nice. And the mere fact that you're doing it each and every Sunday, it's happening. Yes, you would have been answered some of these questions, but when did the love of radio started?
Sure. Really, everything that I'm doing really started as a child. I remember as a teenager, maybe like grade 8 or grade 9, my mom dragging me to Theta FM.
Oh, okay.
Because I loved listening to Tami Ngubeni, you know, because she was my mom's like, oh, let's go see if you can't like get a gig to Theta FM.
Tami Ngubeni from Metro FM.
Yes, So I used to listen to
and
her.
Now your show and her shows are clashing.
Exactly. And now I can't listen to her. So I am on Timeline Radio from 8 until 10 every Sunday. But it started when I was very young. My mom dragged me to Theta FM when it opened.
Okay, yeah.
And we just knocked, and like nobody was even like taking us seriously. You know, I mean, really, child, what do you have to say?
But they've lost all the talent.
Child! They've lost.
Exactly.
My goodness. And then also, after them, that other online radio station.
Oh, okay, that other one, yes.
When they just opened, I sent in my video. And I was like, hey, they're doing my thing there that I'm really good at. They didn't even send me a rejection there to say, no, we regret. And I'm like, oh, you're going to be like that. Then I told a friend of mine, I think I told Msiwa, I said to him, Msiwa, I really want to be on radio. I don't know what happened, but Msiwa and I had a conversation, or was it him that instigated the conversation? No, I asked him, do you know this guy, Chico Chow? And he says, yes, I have his number. I'm like, yes, boy, give that number here. And then he gave me Chico Chow's number. Chico Chow never answered his phone. I thought, this one thinks he's cooler than me.
Shout out, Chico.
Yes, shout out, Chico. Shout out to God, to you, God. Chico didn't answer my phone. Then I sent him a text on Messenger. Then I was like, hi, my name is, I'm good at. Listen, I shot my shot. Social media. I shot my shot. I was like, hi, my name is, I'm really good at. And then, right there on Messenger. You see, you guys are inboxing boys. We inbox jobs.
Nice one.
And then he responded. And he's like, let's meet. Where do you stay? And I said extension 6 is like, good, come to G-Spot. Next day, I'm like, no, it's a story, this thing, just like that. Then I get there and I say, this is what I can do, this is what I can do. He said, okay, gospel show, it's yours this Sunday.
Hey.
I'm sure it's starting on my Wednesday. Thursday, Sunday, you start your show. Come up with the name, what. Didn't even have training. Trained on the day, maybe 2 days. You know, the guys there, they were helping me. Shout out to Morena, my producer.
Yeah, Morena, yes. Shout out to him as well.
Show. Breaking Bread was born.
Wow.
My third baby.
Wow.
Yes, and yeah.
And breaking bread.
And we are breaking bread. Breaking the bread of life, you know, sharing the word about Jesus. And we've had some really great guests, a lot of professionals, a lot of normal human beings, you know, and that have shared their story about their relationship with God and their experiences. And October, it was internationally recognized as Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
So we were speaking about mental health and what God says about mental health, because I mean the church can really be absurd, crazy about mental health. People just tell you to shakala things away when things really need psychologists. I was asking people, can you have Jesus and a psychologist? You know, can you have Jesus and be on antidepressants? You know, because that's a reality of things. Some things are not spiritual, they are physical, they are biological. You know, not saying Uti, there is no such thing as oppression from the enemy, from the devil as a believer. That's what I do believe, but I also believe Uti, psychologically there could be issues that need to be dealt with psychology and psychiatrists, you know. So we deal with those issues, and we also speak about, one of my favorites actually was the topic about Africanism and Christianity. Uyayibona ke leyo?
Yeah, leyo shemai.
Leyo.
Ifuna Dr. Maphomo.
Exactly. I asked Maphomo to come, and he said he's coming. He's been coming for a year now. But eventually he'll come. He'll definitely come. So we were speaking about Africanism and Christianity and how they link and why we have those struggles, why we feel like we cannot be African and still believe in Jesus. You know, what's the relationship there really? Because a lot of other people enjoy their Europeanness and still believe in some child born in the Middle East somewhere. You know what I mean? So we speak about those issues, those pressing issues. It is very sensitive. It is
very sensitive, and hey, people might even kill you for that topic.
Yeah, I know.
Because the way you'll unpack for them, and they'll realize that all along I've been lost in my life.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's and you need to be able to stand your ground. Because if you are weak, then automatically you'll switch everything. You know, once you not, you know, into power. But you know, let's talk about your strength now. I mean, in closing, we're gonna talk about your SWOT analysis, but where do you get all this energy? Let's talk about your strength. What makes you to keep on keeping on, to keep on doing what you're doing? The energy level, since we've started up until now, you're energetic, you're doing what you're doing, all the stuff that we've mentioned. What is your strength? I know we can take an hour to talk about your strength, but maybe if we can. But what keeps you going?
First of all, it's my faith in the fact that I believe I was created for something bigger than me. I've grown up like that. I've grown up knowing that my life is bigger than just for me and for my family. It's bigger than my mom, my dad, and my siblings. I love them, of course, but I've always felt like there was something bigger that I was living for. So the fact that I have a purpose-driven life and I've got an amazing family support. So first, it's the fact that I know that my life is bigger than me, that I have a purpose. And second, it's the fact that I've got the most supporting family ever, the most amazing friends ever. I have a great support structure.
Nice.
So it keeps me going. And I have so many people that believe in me. Of course, there's people that pretend.
Yes.
I'm not concerned. Not moved. It's part of it. Human beings are jealous, are mean, are cruel, don't want you to be better than them. I'm not trying to be better than anybody. The only person I'm competing with is the person that I was yesterday. So I think, it's the fact that I know that I live for something bigger than me. Maybe it's a conspiracy, I don't know. It keeps me going. And it's because I've got the most supportive structure ever. Okay. So, that's what keeps me going.
Yeah, as much as we we do what we're doing on a daily basis, somehow we do have our weaknesses as well.
Of course.
I've got my own weaknesses. I mean, what are yours?
I'm naive. Very naive. I believe the best of everyone. I could see you hurt me and still think that you have childhood traumas that made you hurt me. I'm stupid.
Even if someone is intentional.
I never believe that you have an intention to hurt me. I look stupid when I'm hurt because I look confused. No, true story. I really will look at you like it's not me you're hurting. It's the issues that you have from your childhood that make. I'm like that naive. Okay. So I have a little bit of stupidity. I really do, because I really do see the best in everybody. That's one. And two, my weakness. I don't know if it's a weakness, but I'm not a very domesticated woman. I do not like cleaning and cooking and washing and
yeah. Whoever's gonna tie the knot.
Well, he knows. He knows.
Well, he knows.
He knows.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
I hope he's gonna watch this.
No.
When you watch it together, you mustn't skip this part.
No.
You must make sure that he also see this part.
Yeah, no.
You are not domestic.
That washing of windows. Actually, I really thought I'd like run away and like not marry a black man. Because I thought, yes, what if they make me wash windows at his house? And my whole family was kind of like skeptical about it. Like nobody would be like, if I said I was getting married, they'd probably like laugh at me. No, it's that bad. I'm the one. I'm literally the rich aunt. I can feel like, go high. I'm the one who takes like pictures and videos and posts everyone's drinks. No one is even gonna ask me to lift a fork.
Wow.
Yo, that traumatizes me. You. Like the thought of being asked to like, and
no, you need to be rich.
You are too, bro. That's why I work so hard, bro.
No, definitely.
I want to buy like machines for my in-laws. Yeah, I want to buy them washing machines for dishes, for if they need coffee and tea. I want to buy them the coffee machine. When I get married, I'm going to go there with gifts for them to say, this thing of you sending me, send the machine. So that is my weakness. I'm not a very domesticated woman. I do cook for the people that I love.
Wow.
Okay.
At least you can cook.
I do. I mean, I do those things, but I don't like doing them. It's my weakness. So people call me lazy. How do you call a person who's got 15 jobs lazy? Which is really stupid. I'm not lazy. I just don't like domesticated things, you know. I kind of grew up as spoiled.
But it's fun. You'll create employment for other people. I mean,
you see, that's
back to the community. Bro. You know what?
Yes.
Let's change your perception.
I'm an entrepreneur. I create jobs.
That's nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one. And the truth was we spoke about opportunities, man. We touched a lot about truth.
Procrastination. It's a threat to me. You see, when it's the thought that I know I can do it that sometimes makes me not do it. Which is a threat to what I can do. I've missed out many opportunities because of procrastination. There's a level of arrogance that comes with knowing that you're gifted. You see.
And that is dangerous.
Yeah, no, it's a threat to me. And because I know there's a little bit of arrogance that comes with knowing who you are, man. There's a thin line between confidence and arrogance, and sometimes we go from confident to arrogant, and then we end up missing, the things that we're meant to do or great opportunities because we're just arrogant about who we are. So I think,
How do you fix that though? Because I mean, not only you, I think to most of the people out there, we tend to misinterpret the two.
The confidence and the arrogance. I think also just always knowing that it's not yours and it can be taken away from you. If it's a gift, if you buy isipho, so I mean,
wow.
And so I think just realizing and recognizing whatever you believe in can take back the gift that they gave you. Whether you believe in the God of heaven, or you believe in your ancestors, whatever it is that you believe in, if you believe in the universe.
Just like this.
Just like that, it could go. If you speak, you could be mute.
Sure.
You know, your tongue, you could have a throat what. If you run, you could fall. You know, whatever gift that you have, if you know that you're now starting to be arrogant, can be taken away, opportunities. You know, so sometimes when I'm not getting opportunities, I'm like, okay, I'm so you know, because I know I've skipped the line between confidence to arrogance. Now things so much that I think that God can't take it away from me. How dare. So yeah.
Wow.
That's my threat.
As Mookho, I think we had a nice conversation.
Yeah.
But in closing, I think it's the first time I'm asking this question, but I think it's even relevant to you. But what is it when people look at you? How do you want them to picture you, or how do you want people to define you? You know, I can't say about but I want people, when they see you now, how do you want people to see it? Like, what is it that must come first into their mind when they talk of Mookho, the rich Aunt Mo? What is it that people must be able to say? Yes, we spoke about the vessels. We spoke about a lot of things. I mean, we spoke about you having the love towards the kids, doing what you're currently doing, and all your stuff that you're doing. But when people look at you, what is it that, if they look at Mo, and then first thing that must come into their mind?
I think if people look at me, I'd want them to see healing. Because I think with everything that I do, it encompasses healing. So whether you see a healer or an opportunity for you to heal, because as a vessel, that's what I was brought on earth to do in different ways, is to heal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, this journey I'm going to feel you. In closing, where do people get hold of you?
Oh yes, on Instagram, I am the Rich Aunt Mo. On Facebook, Mookho Mhlayivana. That's it. LinkedIn, Mookho Mhlayivana as well.
Twitter?
No, I don't have Twitter.
Oh, okay.
There's just so much negative that goes on there. I cannot handle. New week. I can't.
Is it?
Yeah, no.
It's the first time. Okay, but you're not, because I've heard most of people, they don't go. They are scared. Most people are scared.
See, fragile.
Yeah.
So this one isn't just Twitter. Yeah, so on Facebook, I'm Mookho Mhlayivana. On Instagram, I'm the Rich Aunt Mo. And on LinkedIn, I am Mookho Mhlayivana as well.
Okay, any websites?
Not yet. I haven't done a website yet, yes. Okay. But in Royans are very soon. I'm sure by the end of the year, I will have a website. But I mean, all my details are on. And my number is 068-424-5243. It's all over social media. You won't miss it. It's right there on my cover page. Don't call me for silly things, please. Because, wow, I'm not that nice when I'm cranky.
Yeah. Because I know it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for being part of this conversation, and just to celebrate you, and just to understand who are we dealing with, you understand? And there's a lot that I've learned from you. I mean, the level of confidence, and I mean the consistency in you in doing things. Like I said, I was inspired when I joined Timeline Radio as well. I've seen you pushing up until now. I think your show, it's more than a year now. You've been killing it, and we're wishing you all the best. I know what you're doing, it's not easy. You're working with kids, you're working with adults. I mean, it's too much. But all we're saying is that we appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
Keep on keeping on. Keep Lwana Ngwaneso.
Yes, sir.
And I'll need that t-shirt, please. As a token of appreciation.
Right.
You just tell me the price, I'll buy it, and then obviously I must also wear it and push that, because like I said, it's not about a boy, a girl, but it's about us as a nation, that we need to Lwana Ngwaneso. Perfect. Thank you so much. Continue subscribing, continue sharing, and make sure then that you share the content, and make sure you tell them about #Talk with Masingita with your homeboy, the podcast with Masingita. Danko. Peace.